In case you hadn't heard, Chelsea appointed Leicester manager Enzo Maresca as their new boss on a 5-year contract with an option of an extra year. The 44-year-old Italian replaces Mauricio Pochettino, who left by mutual consent on the 21st of May. After just one season at Stamford Bridge, he also achieved 97 points on the way to winning the championship at Leicester. Let's bring in Alex Harris from Chelsea Fan TV, joins us now. Good morning, Alex.
Morning. Hope you're doing well.
Very well indeed, buddy. Yeah, look, not the worst kept secret. We knew that Maresca was coming in. It feels a bit strange as a Chelsea fan right now because normally we're embracing a new manager that's won plenty of things across Europe, but that's not the case this time.
He's won the championship.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's give him some credit.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's hardly inspirational, is it? I mean, when I came on air after Pochettino was sacked, I've calmed down since then. I thought it was a disgraceful decision to sack Pochettino. And I still stand by that. There was no reason to sack him. We finally had some momentum. We built something and we've downgraded, ultimately. But we're here now. We've given him a 5-year deal, Maresca, and we've got no option but to back him. But the thing is, if the owners and the board of directors go back on their word and then sack him after a season on two, then we're in the mud. I think we've already created an unhappy environment for the players because what they thought was a long-term solution already with Poch was never there in the first place because of the lack of trust upstairs. And they've got to build that trust again with Maresca. So he's got to get the dressing room sorted. He's got to build a system. And then a lot of players need to integrate as well. So I think you're going to see Gallagher going. I think that's obvious. He was only ever going to stay because of Poch. I don't think he'll fit into Maresca's system. You're going to see Chalobah going. I'm hearing talks of 25 million. I don't understand the direction we're moving in. I don't understand why fans would be happy about Maresca. But what I will say is when I heard about the names of McKenna and Thomas Frank and De Zerbi, I do think Maresca was the best fit out of those managers. So I will say that in that sense, I agree with signing Maresca. But generally speaking, it's a downgrade. And anyone who disagrees with that, look at Poch's track record and look at who we've just signed.
Yeah, I think what we're looking for, though, is a head coach as opposed to a manager. I think Pochettino and I think Tuchel also wasn't really getting on board with the direction the club was going in, and it felt like it was probably never going to work. Enzo comes in, he's head, he's not a manager, he's head coach. Two very different. I'll speak to Brucey about that now. What is the fundamental difference from your point of view as a manager or head coach how you see it?
Well, I had an amazing conversation with the late Bobby Robson a long time ago, and he'd gone into Barcelona. Now, he was your typical manager of this country, a bit like Sir Alex and management when I first joined in 20-odd years ago, that the manager was responsible for everything across the board, how the club was run, how especially of recruitment. The manager had his stamp on it, his people with it, and that was the way it was. Now, all of a sudden, and I remember having the conversation with the great Sir Bobby, he goes into Barcelona and he's now the head coach. So all his job was to just go and coach the team. So he thought,
here's the players, get on with it.
Yeah, here's the players. These are the players, the group of players. You get on with it. So his job was, not 7 in the morning till 7 at night, run across the country looking at players. His job was simply coach the players, get on with it. And he said to me, Steve, it was wonderful for a while because, all I was responsible for was the nice part of it, which is the reason why we're all in it, is to be on the grass, going out coaching the team. And he was finished by 1 o'clock in Barcelona. He used to say, I'm going to have a nice lunch at 2 o'clock. Never been heard of but for years. So there's the fundamental clash, if you like. The idea of especially recruitment, who's actually be responsible for bringing them in, and usually it's the head coach who gets the blame when they're not successful. Which is the big conundrum that all of us face. Managers, head coaches, whatever you like, have that little bit of control.
Alex, listen, appreciate your time. Enjoy the summer, matey, and I'll see you at Stamford Bridge soon.
All the best.
Cheers, bud. Alex Harris there from Chelsea Fan TV, talking about the appointment of Maresca. And there's no question about it that the club has moved in a different direction. here's the squad of players. We're going to assemble a talented group of players with lots of potential. That potential has got to be realised. That is easier said than done, by the way. But we will see exactly how that plays out at Stamford Bridge.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.